I'd like to thank the Hoboken Reporter for hosting this event. It is important for residents of Hoboken to meet the candidates and understand how to choose who to vote for. We overlap in many ways, all supporting anti-flooding efforts, all supporting open space, all wanting to do the right thing for Hoboken in some way. But here's how I differentiate myself from other candidates, and I hope you will do that as well. I'm not running for 2 offices. My only focus is to be your mayor. This is not a stepping stone for me. My only focus is what is happening in Hoboken. I am not big development, supported by unions and many developers. I have the most leadership and constituent service experience in Hoboken, having been council president for 3 of the 6 years I've served on city council as 6th Ward councilwoman, unlike any of the other candidates. 90% of my donations and support come from Hoboken residents. I'm about bringing people together around common goals, not dividing them. Hoboken is effectively a corporation with over 500 employees and over a $100 million budget. It can't be run by a small handful of people. It needs to be operated by a team. No more moving from crisis to crisis. I will plan and manage, and I will lead. Hoboken is an amazing town, and we need to embrace what works and fix what doesn't. Please vote for me to be your next mayor and my entire Team Giattino council slate on November 7th. Thank you.
Thank you. I would also like to thank the Hoboken Reporter for hosting this debate and thank my fellow candidates for participating in this conversation about Hoboken's future. Hoboken has come a long way in the last 8 years. I have played a central role in its turnaround as a leader on the council, working in partnership with Mayor Zimmer. This experience prepares me uniquely to keep Hoboken moving forward and lead it to an even brighter future. I will work to upgrade our infrastructure and attack our flooding problem on all fronts, beginning with ensuring we complete Rebuild by Design, our $230 million federally funded flood prevention project, and I will keep us on a sound fiscal path. And when it is called for, I will speak up for our American values and stand up to President Trump. I submit that I am the most qualified candidate for office because I have the most experience on the city council. That experience includes having to make hard decisions when we first got into office about reining in on personnel, restructuring the police department, and that's the way we were able to provide tax relief. No other council member has been through those times. I was city council president on that fateful day when we had to finalize the sale of the hospital. One unforced error could have sacrificed that transaction. So I have been there and have had to make hard decisions, and it takes backbone, courage, and leadership. I submit that uniquely qualifies me to lead the city in the future.
Okay, so thank you so much for the opportunity to speak to our constituents. I've been in Hoboken for the past 18 years. I've been bootstrapping initiatives for over a decade. I mean, that's how I paid my way through college. But not only that, but it's also, that's the way that I've been able to collaborate with different institutions like the New York State Department of State, with Staten Island Economic Development Corporation on transit solutions. And that's how I intend to also govern and become mayor of Hoboken as well. I'm leading by example. I believe that Hoboken is unique. Hoboken is not New York City. Hoboken is not Jersey City. They have something that we don't have, however. It's space. Right now, we're only a square mile. We have high density. So the solutions that other cities are doing, with baby steps, we need people who become elected officials to have the backbone to go all the way, to have those solutions, really stick to them and do them across the board, and not just in piece by piece. And we need to have a holistic approach to fixing our traffic problems, congestion, improving our pedestrian safety, addressing parking issues that people may have. By really approaching it in the way that we solve things for everyone, we can actually all move forward together. So vote for me, Ron Bautista. Look for the box 9H, and vote for a more people-friendly Hoboken.
I'm Karen Nason, and I'm running to be your mayor of Hoboken, New Jersey. I would like to say that the council members that are all here speak about their experience and their service. And I say that the experience of all these council members is what got us into this mess in the first place. So I would like to help the Small Business Administration bring arts and culture into the city, work with Stevens College, certainly work on this bonded issue that's over $180 million that folks in this room are responsible for. I am an open door to my cafe. Please come in and see me on 2nd and Monroe anytime. Go on nasonformayor at Gmail. I can meet you and discuss any issue at any time. Experience, I think I have a lot of experience in running businesses, which is exactly what needs to happen with this city. I thank you for your time. I thank the Hudson Reporter for letting us come here today. I ask that the city recognizes the truth, and the truth will prevail.
Thank you to the illustrious panel here and their leadership and publisher for hosting this, and to my colleagues also for their participation. Hoboken is a city with urban issues, and I think that the dynamic leaders needs to address these concerns. I consider my experience at the county with dealing and interacting with so many different members of different levels of government, and with other mayors. My experience as a Board of Education member, a member of the different school boards at the county level, Hudson County Planning Board, also as the night commander in Hoboken, where during the turbulent times and following different scandals, having to take that situation by the reins and show leadership. I think it's important that that we do certain things with regards to our streets. We keep talking about not only continuing to get Washington Street fixed, which hasn't been paved since 1995, if I recall, when the last happened, I know that firsthand as a small business owner, my aunt and my father at that time, when the basements flooded because of the sewer pipe, the water pipe that broke, and it happened twice before it finally, and that's my fear now that I have the business, that it's going to flood again if we don't get these pipes right. And I think that you have to be hands-on. You have to get out there and you have to show the residents that you're there, not only calling a mayor's office, but by the ability to see that your leader is in action, on scene. I haven't seen it yet in Hoboken. I haven't seen anybody do that with regards to this mess. It seems like a rudderless ship. I hear engineers telling me, well, we have to be careful because parts of the administration just want to get it done. These aren't even permanent valves. I'm horrified when I hear that. And hopefully I ask the citizens of Hoboken to consider me to be your leader with my slate, and I promise to work together with everyone here if I'm elected. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Karen, for a well-moderated debate. I'm one of only 4 elected officials that are running for mayor today, and it's not an easy job, so I applaud the service of everybody that is elected here today. But when you cast your vote on November 7th, you need to ask yourself, where have they been? Where has Council President Giattino been for the past 6 years? Now she's talking about constituent services and dirty parks and light bulbs out, when she's been the most powerful elected official, second to the mayor, for 3 of those years. Where has Ravi Bala been as our infrastructure was aging? Should we be concerned that Ravi Bala works for one of the most politically connected law firms in the entire state? That same law firm was paid $240,000 by Suez Water at a time when the city was in negotiations with the city. And now we're at bay for $8.5 million in undocumented, unbudgeted debt. Ask yourself, although Anthony is an affable guy, why is he living in affordable housing when he owns countless real estate holdings in Hoboken? Why is he running for 2 offices at the same time while collecting 2 government pensions worth over $111,000? Why are people running is the question. Because they need a job? Because they need the importance of the office? I'm running because I have new energy, new ideas. I'm taking a step down to run for office right now, taking 7 weeks off from work. It's a time for my professional career in Manhattan to bring an inclusive government where everybody has a voice, where we can get back down to the issues that actually impact our daily lives while having a vision for the future of Hoboken, where we can invest in small businesses, where we can invest in our school system, which I'm very glad today both of my opponents have finally acknowledged does fall down to the city council and the mayor in part. And I have a vision for the future where we can not only be a visionary city, but a city that works for everybody. I believe in the collaboration and the change that we can bring in this election. So please, ask yourself the questions. Who are you voting for? Do you know the facts? And everything that was said today all sounds good, but where have they been for the past 6, 8, and 9 years, respectively? Thank you very much.
This concludes our mayoral debate. Once again, I want to thank all of the candidates for joining us today and coming to our headquarters in Bayonne. Thanks to our publishers David Unger and Lucia Mulatto, who couldn't be with us today. It's our belief that such forums are useful to voters and help us make more informed decisions about who we should vote for on Election Day. We encourage you to pick up the paper each week and check in all the time, several times a day at hudsonreporter.com, where we post breaking news and our weekly stories as well. We encourage registered voters to vote on Tuesday, November 7th. Thanks again, and have a great weekend.
Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes-Benz? My friends all drive Porsches, I must make amends. Worked hard all my lifetime, gotta get out with my friends. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes-Benz? Vote 1H, bye-bye.